We're talking Gulf tourism on AME Info, and my special guest is the President and Chairman of the Saudi Commission for Tourism and Antiquities. Your Highness, thank you for joining us.
Welcome.
The growth of tourism to Saudi Arabia, the plans are for it to double in terms of visitor numbers over the next 10 years. So let's talk about the way you hope to achieve that, and start with what you're doing, first of all, for the domestic market.
Well, the domestic market happens to be actually our biggest growth factor. We have a lot of Saudis today and families leaving the country for tourism, mainly because the services that they seek and the programs and so on are not necessarily fully deployed in Saudi Arabia. So that is our first target, and that is a huge growth area. It's even a stable growth area for us because the community is here and growth is expected to be mostly in that area.
Because the figures are very low at the moment. What, 5%, I believe, of tourism income generated by the domestic market?
Well, about 6%.
6%.
Tourism contribution to the national economy. That is actually quite a big number, given the perspective of other countries. But tourism is a big growth area for us in terms of also job creation.
Sure.
We see jobs created all across the economy in terms of vertical job creation, and that is the exciting part of tourism, that economic opportunities and job opportunities not only focus on executive levels or even highly skilled levels, it is really focused on even small and medium-sized businesses.
And the way to introduce or get into Kingdom of Saudi Arabia more from the international tourist market, what are the plans there?
Well, Saudi Arabia is of course very much open now for different kinds of arrivals. We have the Hajj and the Umrah, the religious events, which brings in something like 6 million people per year. That is a lot of weight on the Saudi system and the Saudi security system to handle. We have a lot of incoming in terms of the business tourism side, and of course medical tourism, but also on the leisure and heritage tourism and so on. We're focusing on small numbers. It's a teething process for us. We're not keen on opening up very big.
Right.
Again, our main task is to satisfy the local demand and the local expectations. There's huge expectations, and we don't see that international tourism opened up so big is going to be a big factor for us as we go forward, at least for the next 5 years.
And we're hearing about some big tourism developments like on the Red Sea, King Abdullah City. How is that progressing? I mean, we're going through an economic hitch at the moment, but is that going ahead as planned?
Well, I can't speak for the organization that's overseeing that, SAGIA, but I think they're doing well enough, given the economic situation. These projects are a go in terms of the Saudi government, as far as the Saudi government is concerned. We've seen some of the economic cities like in Hayil in the center of Saudi Arabia signed off about 4 months ago, and the investor coalition is fully focused on that. Maybe some of the time frame has been stretched for the development of these parts, but they're still going very strong and very important to our economy.
That's a coastal attraction. What about the mountains? Because you have marvellous mountains, Taif region, for example. What can you offer visitors to those parts of your country?
Well, on the coastal to begin with, on the Gulf Coast, now we are already in deep negotiations with our first developer to develop a major 100 million meter zone. For Saudi Arabia, that might be small, but it is the first phase of a tourism city. But also on the Red Sea, as I said today in my talk, we are proposing now to literally go out to the investors for maybe 3 to 5 major mega resort types on the Red Sea. On the mountains, Taif, which is one of the most pristine and beautiful regions of Saudi Arabia, we are now working with the Ministry of Municipalities in Saudi Arabia and the local regional organizations to launch, hopefully within the next 4 months or 5 months, a mountain destination, a new mountain destination.
Obviously a lot to talk about with a fascinating country. We've almost run out of time. So to sum up, what would you say for visitors to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia are the biggest attractions? Why should they come to KSA?
I think it's people. People of Saudi Arabia are welcoming throughout history. It's diversity, it's nature, heritage, antiquities, sites. It's an amazing country. It's absolutely stunningly amazing country.
Your Highness, thank you very much for joining us on AME Info. Thank you.